Hi, I'm Lisa with Connectour, and today I'm here with Rick, who is a very experienced cycling tour bike rider, and he's going to talk to us today about how to pack panniers. Take it away, Rick.
Thanks, Lisa. Looking forward to the trip. So I'm Rick McFerrin. My wife Tanya and I have been bicycle touring for over 30 years, and we've learned a lot along the way. Today we're going to talk about what to bring on a bike trip, different types of touring setups, how to pack your panniers, and then how to get it all on your bike so you can roll down the road. This is a typical bike touring setup. Whether you're going out for overnight or for a year or more, Tanya and I like to travel with 4 panniers. We have 2 on the rear, 2 on the front, and a handlebar bag. Unlike backpacking, we want all of our gear to be on the bike. I don't like to carry anything on my back. Typical touring bike is going to weigh anywhere from 60 to 80 pounds. The bike itself is 25 to 30 pounds. The gear adds another 30 to 40 pounds. Depending on how often you can resupply, your bike may weigh more or less on any given day. You have to add in food, water, and souvenirs and things like that that you buy on the road. I'm going to talk a little bit about different types of panniers. The way Tanya and I travel is we have typically 4 panniers, 2 on the front, 2 on the back, and a handlebar bag. The panniers come in all different sizes, different features. I'm going to show you, over the last 30 years, I've tried out a lot of different types of panniers, and depending on what type of trip I'm going on, that's the type of pannier I'll bring. A waterproof pannier is very, very popular, especially when you're going to travel where there's a chance of rain. Waterproof panniers are a durable material, typically a roll down type top that keeps all of your items dry, and you don't have to worry about getting to camp with wet clothes. Other types of panniers would be a more typical or traditional touring type pannier made out of cordura. It's a zipper closure system. This pannier has lots of room, has lots of external pockets to put things in. The volume of a rear pannier will be anywhere from 30 to 45 liters combined with both sets. Panniers are typically sold in pairs of 2, so combined volume would be 30 to 45 liters. Another type of pannier, more of a bike packing style pannier, is you could call it like a bucket with a lid. You're going to pack your items directly into the pannier. It's closed with straps and a buckle. This can be cinched down and fastened to the back of your bike very, very securely. So with the panniers, all of the panniers have a mounting system. I like the Arkel system. It locks onto the rack, which prevents your bag from flying off the bike if you're hitting bumps or going down a hill. There's also a bottom bungee cord that clips to the bottom of the rack that again secures the bag to the bike. So these are types of features you'll look for when you're buying panniers. Those are rear panniers. Front panniers will be similar, smaller size. A front pannier is anywhere from 15 to 25 liters combined. This is an example of the waterproof type. Same locking mount system. Another type of front pannier that we've used on trips is a more of a zipper type bag. Lots of room inside. Some panniers have a internal waterproof bag, or you can pack in a dry bag to keep your things dry. This pannier actually converts into a backpack, so for a day trip, this is nice because you can just take it right off your bike and use it as a backpack. This is a nice feature. Handlebar bags are a great place to keep things that you're accessing throughout the day, like your camera or your phone or suntan lotion. Many different styles of handlebar bags. This particular bag has a a mounting system that fits directly onto the handlebars, clips securely on your bike. It won't fall off. Little smaller type handlebar bag. Another Arkel bag is called their Signature Series, which has it's great little bag just for carrying a few things. It's easy to take off, and you can throw it over your shoulder to go into the store or go shopping. We have all of these types of bags on our website, connectour.ca. If you're interested in looking at those bags, we'd be happy to share them with you. So we want to talk about what to bring on a bike trip. On any bike trip, it's going to vary what you bring. For Connectour, we're not all going to be carrying the same gear. The suggested packing list will be on our website. And obviously, if you have any questions about what to bring or not bring, please contact us and I can let you know. I've categorized the gear into different sections. I have my personal gear, my camping gear, my bike specific gear, and just some of the extras. So with your personal gear, I think it's important to have, a set of clothes that you bike in and a set of clothes that you don't bike in. For your biking clothes, think about something bright so that you'll be seen on the road. For camping clothes, I go with the drab green or dark colors because they don't show the dirt so much. Think about the functionality of what you bring. A pair of long pants that the legs zip off so you have shorts for warm days. I also like to have a heavier pair of pants that just are for on camp. Lightweight towel, holds up very small. I know Tanya doesn't like this towel, but I do. Bandanas, good to have. Swimsuit, rain gear. I also have a pair of shoes that I like to have around camp. Depending on the season, maybe it's a pair of flip-flops for most trips, so I like having a closed-toed type shoe to wear around to go on hikes, things like that. Camping gear, we have our tent, sleeping bag, thermarest, a tarp, tent poles. Call it my utility pack or my accessories or extras. Some important things I think are, for example, bike pump. On Connectour, we're asking everybody to bring their bowl, cup, and plate, and cutlery. The Connectour core team will carry a basic camp kitchen, so you won't have to worry about that. The bike lock. Bike lock is good to have. And flask. In my handlebar bag, I'll be packing things that I use every day. My sunglasses. I have a waterproof phone case, wallet, camera. I'm old school. Using my phone for everything isn't what I want to do. I have a camera that I like to carry. Swiss Army knife with a wine opener. Bug spray, sunscreen because there will be sunny days. Patch kits, things like that. So now we're getting to the fun part. How do we get all of this gear into our panniers? Things to think about when you're packing your pannier are waterproofness, safety and security, convenience, like how easy is it to get your stuff out. Also about like how fast or how quickly can you get ready in the morning so you don't have to be fumbling around with everything. Those are all things to think about when you're packing. I'm going to go through how I pack each pannier, and my style is very different than other people's style, but it's a style that I think works. Again, you'll come up with your own way. I like to think that everything has a home. Everything has a place on my bike. If you're new to bike touring, that'll come with time. You'll figure out where you like to keep things. So for my personal gear, even though I have a waterproof pannier, I still like to have a packing system. I use a dry bag as a packing system. This is a 20-liter dry bag, which I think is plenty of room for all the clothes you need for at least a year. So I have a system where I have all of my clothes that I'm wearing for the day. Obviously, if I'm going to bike today, it's a little bit colder. I'd have my long pants, a biking shirt, and a long sleeve for warmth. The rest is going to go into my stuff sack. I tend to roll or scrunch my clothes, put them in. Need some socks and underwear for the trip today too. And just pack it in. If you have dirty clothes, you may want to bring an extra stuff sack or a plastic bag to put them in. I typically don't like plastic, but a durable dry bag like this will hold everything really nice. I'm going to leave my rain gear on the top. Have my toiletries. Squish all the air out. There's my clothes. I carry a first aid kit. That should be a little more accessible, so that's going to go on top of the bag. I'm going to put my clothesline over there with my other things. I like having a pair of shoes at the end of the day that I can change out of my bike shoes. I also have a document case for important documents like credit card numbers, external batteries, reservations, things like that. I keep that in the same bag as my personal gear so that it won't fall out during the day. And then on top, I'll pack my rain gear, lightweight rain pants and rain jacket. That bag's packed. The next bag I'm gonna pack is my camping bag, my tent, my sleeping bag, things like that. This is a bag that I will not get into during the day. Again, for convenience, I like having everything like that in one bag, so I don't have to rummage through to find something. With a tent, you want to bring a small, lightweight tent. This is a tent weighs about 5 pounds. On a bike trip, I find it easiest just to pack your tent. Don't worry about rolling it up. Just stuff it in the bag. And even if it's wet in the morning, just shove it in there. I have the poles separate. So I'm going to put my tent in the bottom of the bag. And my sleeping bag. Sleeping bag should be lightweight. I use a down sleeping bag and then a compression stuff sack. It looks like this, so you can cinch the bag tightly. I also have a sleeping sheet in there, a cotton sleeping sheet. All of these things are on the packing list. Sleeping bag goes in the bag. And my thermarest or sleeping pad. This is a self-inflating sleeping pad. And I have a ground tarp for underneath the tent. And my tent pegs. All of that fits into this pannier. Rolled up tight, and it's good to go. Now I'm going to pack the front panniers. Front panniers that I use are not waterproof, and I'm going to put things in there that aren't, that it doesn't matter if they get wet. So as you'll see, I've still got my tent poles. Depending on the size of your tent poles, you may want to just strap them on the back of your rack, or if you have room in your bag, you can put them in your bag. I also have my cutlery, my bowl, my plate, things that I'll use when I'm eating. I have my bike pump, headlamp, miscellaneous zip ties, clothesline, I have a toque and gloves if I need to get that out if I'm cold. Bike lock, extra bungee cords, and the flask. Got to keep that handy. So that's my third pannier, and you'll notice that I have a completely empty pannier still. So on a group bike trip, it's important to think about like group gear. As I said, that on the Cross Canada tour, the main team will be carrying a camp kitchen. I'll use this pannier to carry stoves, pots and pans, things like that that'll be used by the group. If there's room in your panniers, you may be carrying food and other items for the group as well. So just something to keep in mind. This is the last bag I'm going to pack. It's a small handlebar bag. I like it because I can put things that I'm going to get into throughout the day. Got my pocket knife, patch kit, patches, strap for around my leg if I'm wearing long pants, bike lights. I don't like to bike at night, but if we have to, they're good to have. Bike chain lube. And I also have my camera, my wallet, multi-tool, waterproof phone case, suntan lotion and bug spray, face mask, sunglasses, and my ball cap. I also pack a waterproof bag in my handlebar bag so that if it is raining, I can repack everything into that waterproof bag to keep things dry. Now it's time to load the bike. So we've got all of our panniers packed. I still have a whole empty pannier for group gear. Gonna leave that one empty for now. You'll notice on my bike I don't have a kickstand. When you have a touring bike, kickstands, sometimes they just don't hold the weight and the bike ends up falling over. So I prefer to lean my bike against the wall or something secure when I'm loading it. I'll load the rear panniers first. As I described, the RCal bags have a cam lock system that fits over the rack. It also has a bungee cord with a bottom hook that clips to the bottom of the rack. You'll notice the rack, every rack is different. Panniers will be designed to fit on any type of rack. You'll clip the bottom of the hook. And then the cam locks hold onto the rack. Something's important to notice or to think about when you're putting your bag on is the position of the bag, so it's far enough back so that your heel doesn't hit the bag when you're pedaling. I'm going to put the left side bag on the same way. On. And for the front panniers, same system, has the bungee cord, the cam lock. This rack has the possibility of having your panniers in a lower position or a higher position. With the lower position, it's a little bit easier to steer. With the higher position, it gives you a little more clearance. I typically attach my bags on the upper position. My empty bag for food and group supplies. It will be packed, don't worry. Then the handlebar bag. As I said, this particular bag has mounts. It's all secure.
Thanks, Rick. That was really great. I learned a lot. We hope you did too. Check out connectour.ca for our full packing list.
I'm really looking forward to the trip. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And yeah, we'll see you on the road.